Attention viewer, you are watching the world's biggest Monster Truck Diecast YouTube channel. This is Monster Jam OCD.
Hello Monster Jam fans, and welcome back to another Monster Jam OCD review video. Today we are taking a look at the 2022 Holiday Edition truck by Spin Master Monster Jam for the Monster Jam Superstore. It's always exciting to see what they come up with each year, and I gotta say, since they started this holiday season truck in 2020, it has been nothing short of exciting to see all of the concepts and holiday themed trucks that they have been designing and thinking about releasing up to this point in time. Of course, the first year we started with the Monster Jam Superstore exclusive Holiday Edition stunt truck, and that was quite a hit. It was the first time the Superstore did a Spin Master Monster Jam exclusive with only one of 3,000 units produced, so it sold very fast and has become a very sought after piece, as it is pretty expensive now, so it has built its own following in terms of its value. So it's very fun to see how these carry value in the future, and this was the first one, the Superstore exclusive Monster Jam Stunt Truck Holiday Edition. And then last year we had arguably the fastest selling Superstore truck of all time. It sold out in a record 11 days, and it was the Monster Jam Santa's Monster Sleigh. And this was one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen them do. They modified a hot rod body with a brand new front engine chassis mold to bring out this awesome looking sleigh with Santa and the bag of gifts in the back of the truck. And it also had this gold BKT printed tires with the snow treads. I think it was such an awesome truck. And that is our previous Superstore exclusive for 2021. And now today we introduce to the world the third installment and third generation truck of the Superstore Edition Christmas trucks, which is none other than one of Santa's own reindeer, and this is the Dasher. Now, people are going to ask why they didn't do Rudolph, and the simple answer is Rudolph is actually a copyrighted name, unlike the other reindeer in the fleet. So Rudolph was not able to be done due to the copyright that is owned by whoever owns it. I actually don't know. But Rudolph is unfortunately a copyrighted name, so they could not do Rudolph. They were obviously planning to do it. That was on top of mind. But in this case, we did get the second in line, which is Dasher. He's obviously mentioned in Christmas songs and other media around Christmas time. So most kids do know Dasher since it is a pretty well-known name of the reindeer fleet for Santa. So regardless of the fact that we didn't get Rudolph, the fact that we got a reindeer truck alone is just insanely cool. It is a brand new concept, new casting, and it actually showcases a brand new feature we have never seen on a die-cast Monster Jam truck so far. So we're going to talk about this truck as we unbox it, but first I want to show you guys the back of the packaging. I'm not going to read it off today to save some time because I will be talking about this for a while, but here's the back of the packaging. If you guys want to pause it and read it, there's the quote on the back there, and there's the render of the truck with his name tag right there, and the Monster Jam logo and the moon at the top of the packaging. With in the background, it's a snowy village and some mountains and Christmas trees. So there is the back of the packaging. Now let's unbox it and check out the Dasher truck up close and personal right now. Okay, so here it is, the Dasher Monster Jam truck. Such a cool casting. We're going to talk a lot about it, so give me 1 second as I show you guys the interior of the packaging here. As you can see, there's the snowy village that I was talking about with the mountains in the background. And if you notice, there is Santa's monster sleigh right there in front of the moon with the reindeer in front. So if we look at the side profile, you can see him as the blacked out render right there in front of the moon. I think that's such a cool touch there, alluding to the previous Monster Jam exclusive for Christmas. So there's that. And here is the nameplate Dasher, Merry Christmas 2022. So that's an awesome insert piece there. But today it's all about the brand new Monster Jam truck casting, which is the first time we're seeing a reindeer as a Monster Jam casting. I'm just getting a quick look at it, first time look at the truck itself. So I gotta say, they did a fabulous job, very fitting to the theme, and obviously now you can have both Santa and the reindeer in your Monster Jam events at home, and of course for your collections, if you collect them in the box, these probably look really cool together side by side. So let's take a look at the truck itself. I want to talk a lot about the fact of the tires, so let's talk about the tires first, starting with the BKT printing. This was a suggestion that I actually gave the team at the Superstore when they were asking me about the design choice for something else we'll talk about in a moment. But I dropped a last-minute suggestion before our phone call had ended about doing multicolored BKT printing for Christmas. And I tossed out there that they should do red, green, and white, of course, the Christmas colors. And I never thought that was actually going to go anywhere. I didn't even know if they could do it, to be very honest with you. But they did do it. They actually took the suggestion. And this is the first time I'm actually finding out that they actually went ahead with that choice. And you can see there are red, green, and white printed BKTs on all sides of the truck. So that's just such a cool piece to have and say you were part of. So I love that they took the suggestion and made it a reality. You can see the rims are just a solid red color. I think if they had done gold planetary, so printing inside the planetary area, that would have matched the bells on the reindeer, I forget what you call them, the reins. Actually, that's what they're called, the reins. It would have matched that since the color profile is the same. But it's just a standard red rim, or gold beadlocks would have been nice too, but they did do the BKTs. It might have been expensive, so that might be why they didn't do anything special for the rim choice itself. But I love the black BKT tires, by the way. They've kept that a continuity between all the trucks. I don't think colorful tires would have helped this truck in any way, so thank you for sticking with the classic black tires. They also, if you notice, every year we've been going less and less snow. I don't know if this is just a theme they were going for, but we went super heavy on the first one, a little lighter on the second one, and no snow on the reindeer. The chassis is a copper, almost a brass color, I would say, actually. So the roll cage itself is a brass color, with the interior being a pearlescent beige color. So I really like that. It's very nice to see them using these mid-tone colors here in the middle of the chassis with the brass color on the outside. And then the casting itself overall is very reminiscent of course, a reindeer. If we just drop the camera down a bit here, you can see the whole profile. You can see there's not a lot to talk about as far as graphic detail goes because it is, again, representing an animal. So sometimes it's just a look at it truck, as I mentioned with Raven. Last time we reviewed a Superstore holiday truck. So this is a very similar thing here where we just kind of look at the details that they have on the truck without going into extreme detail about graphics since there isn't that many. We do have a Monstrum logo, which is quite large on the side here. It is 3D as well, or raised on the side here. It does take up a lot of space. I don't know if I agree with how big they decided to go with it, but nonetheless, the Monstrum logo is on the end there. We do have a lot of detail in terms of the fur of the animal. So you can see there's levels of darkness and lights on top there. We do have the reins in red with the bells in gold. They're all 3D, very well done, and of course scaled up for the fact that it's a monster truck, so they did make it much larger. Now, when I was talking about the BKTs, I mentioned we were on the phone call about something else, and it was the windshield. So they were actually going to make this truck without a windshield. They asked for my suggestion on it, and I said every truck has had a windshield since the start of time, so it would make no sense to not have a windshield. So thankfully they took the suggestion to actually put the windshield back into the truck. And even though it's gold and it's actually a clear plastic gold color, I still think the fact that it has a windshield makes the truck an actual Monster Jam truck, since of course a windshield is required, I would say, to be called a truck. So they did add the windshield back in. Thank you for taking that suggestion, along with the BKTs. Very nice there. It also has eyes on the sides of the windshield, so you can see there's those eyes. It looks like it's smiling. It's a very happy-go-lucky reindeer here. You might just be happy to get a casting, but there is the reindeer eyes, and then the front here with the snout, you can see the smile. It does look like it's smiling. It's very, very funny. So the snout here, you can see the nose, the mouth, and the detail on the front there with the white and gray patterns. And then this is the new feature I'm talking about. This is the first time we're ever seeing this on, I think, any die-cast truck, to be honest. They did do, I think it's called flocking, something to that effect. It's basically fuzzy. These ears and antlers, they're fuzzy texture, they're soft, they're not just plastic inserts, which I'm sure they would have done, but they wanted to do something different, so they did do flocking. Again, I think that's the term. If I'm wrong, I'll probably edit that all out, but the flocking on the top of the truck here for the antlers and the ears just takes this truck to a whole new level. I love it. This is just super cool, so you can see it at all angles. It's a nice casting as well for the antlers. I think they did a great job. And then the last new detail of this casting work is the nameplate, which we actually saw on the placard insert here, the nameplate dasher on the top of the casting, on top of the reins, so you can see which reindeer of the fleet it is. And then we have some fur 3D details and shadowing in the graphics to make up the rest of it, with a tiny little tail down there. I think that they casted a tail with the flocking as well. That would have actually made this look more like a reindeer right now. Actually, I saw comments from one of my friends who saw this in a different meeting. It kind of looks like a capybara. And I gotta say, without the antlers, I would say it was a capybara, but I think a flocking covered tail would have been nice, but they do have a tiny tail casted into the casting work itself. So there it is, the brand new and limited edition Dasher Monster Jam truck for 2022. Christmas holiday season for Monster Jam Superstore exclusively on there. One of only 3,000. These will sell fast. It has been a historical trend that every year the holiday truck sells faster and faster. We had 20 days gone with the first one, and only 11 days gone with the Santa's Monster Sleigh. So I don't know if Dasher will sell faster than Santa, but it's definitely going to move fast. It has a lot of cool features, especially those new antler styles and those BKTs. But overall, just a very festive and fitting holiday truck to match up with your monster sleigh. So now we have both Santa and his first reindeer of the fleet, Dasher, ready to go for the Superstore release for this year. So thank you guys for watching. I want to thank Monster Jam and Spin Master for letting me review this truck early. I'll see you guys next time. This is Ryan, our Monster Jam OCD, signing out.